Hello, hello, my style icons. Welcome back to Life in Style with Brianna Cantore. That is me, and this is your mental vacation. The best destination to be besides maybe Switzerland. I have a friend that just got back, and she was absolutely obsessed. The atmosphere there, it looks so calming and so just full of life. She was out in the water and the beautiful mountains and hills. It just looked beautiful. And I now am influenced. I would love to go to Switzerland someday. So I'm going to be manifesting that. And today we have a great episode. So I'm going to be talking about 10 ish things that I've either been getting into lately, I'm interested in trying out, or they're trending. It's receiving a lot of buzz on the internet. So this is going to be a compilation episode of just basically things that I'm interested in right now. So let's get into it. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is acupuncture because this is something that I'm going to be trying for the first time next week. And I'm so excited because I've heard great things. It is a method that was created in China over 2,000 years ago, I believe. So, acupuncture is part of traditional Chinese medicine designed to heal the body using these very thin needles and inserting them into certain places in the body, depending on what you are receiving treatment for. So I'm going because I have very high, intense trap muscles that I've done different things to try to heal. I've done physical therapy, I do Pilates to try to strengthen those back muscles. I have done massage, and honestly, nothing is really working. And the issue is because the muscles are so tense, it's sending pain messages to other parts of my body, specifically my jaw. So I'm doing a lot of massaging in that area and using different techniques. I have this little pressure point device. It's almost like a pen that I hit different pressure points on my face to try to help my jaw, and that works. But I really want to get to the root issue of these trap muscles because not only does it cause pain sometimes, I also don't love the way that area of my body looks when it's exposed because my trap muscles are so pronounced. And I notice from pictures that it's getting worse and not better. So I need to address that. And I've been wanting to try acupuncture for so long and just keep putting it off. So finally I made an appointment. And actually what pushed me to make the appointment was Erin Leachy on Instagram. She is a part of the Real Housewives of New York. She is so cool. She seems so cool, at least. I love following her. And she posted a place in New York City that looks amazing. And I immediately booked the appointment when she posted it because so this place is called Aura NYC, and in the acupuncture sessions, you also receive red light therapy. And I love red light therapy. To me, it is so healing. It helps with inflammation, and just I glow every time I stay consistent with red light therapy. And a part of, I believe, my issues with the trap muscles is that I'm storing like probably past trauma and negative energy there. And I do think there's a woo-woo aspect to this ailment in my body. I do believe I'm storing stuff there. It's not necessarily an injury. I think it has a lot to do with mental and my nervous system. So red light therapy and acupuncture are both two very calming healing mechanisms that really target the nervous system. So I think that that combination should help. I'm hoping it does. And to see a place offer both at the same time, I was immediately sold. So thank you, Erin Leachy, for posting that because I would have never known about this place. So again, it's called Aura Method NYC. They have a location in the Upper East Side and also in NoHo. I'm more of a downtown girl, so I'm going to go to the NoHo location and then probably walk around Soho after. And I am very excited to try this. And acupuncture is something that a lot of different people turn to for different things. So for me, I'm going because of my tense trap muscles, but I know people also will seek acupuncture as a natural assistance in fertility. I know it's helped women get pregnant, which is amazing because it's this natural ancient method. And and it seems to work for some women. So if you are trying to conceive, try out acupuncture. It can't hurt, and the more calm you are during that process, I believe that the healthier your baby will be. And I know that people also seek acupuncture for things like depression and anxiety. So the benefits are immeasurable. I mean, it helps so many different things. And so I'm excited to try it. I'm going to become hooked. And I will report back on how my experience was and if it actually helped my trap muscles at all and how I like the place. So stay tuned on my review of acupuncture therapy. Now, that takes us to number two, the vagus nerve, specifically a vagus nerve reset. So, this may be coming up on your Instagram feed a lot. Now that I'm searching about it, it is coming up on mine. And I actually started this research back in January when I don't know if you know this, but I've spoken about it a little bit back in December. My condo flooded from a fire next door, and my whole entire first floor where I'm sitting right now was completely destroyed, and I had to go through a whole remediation process. And now we're back and it's better than ever. But anyway, I during the month of January, I was living in a hotel for a few months and started researching the vagus nerve because I also may have some issues there that a vagus nerve reset may help. And then I kind of fell off with it, but now I'm back. So I'm back focusing on the vagus nerve. So, what is the vagus nerve? It is the longest cranial nerve and connects the brain to the heart, lungs, and digestive system. So, essentially, all of our major organs coming together through this vagus nerve. It plays a key role in the parasympathetic nervous system. So, if you are somebody that has always lived or is currently living in that fight or flight mode, that, really high cortisol, maybe too much adrenaline going on situation, then you may be in need of a vagus nerve reset, like myself. I am somebody that has always been in fight or flight, very nervous person, very anxious, very much so just unsettled. And finally, have been addressing that and healing that. So, when you do a vagus nerve reset, you are essentially using techniques that help stimulate the vagus nerve. And as a result, you feel more calm. And that's simply put. So, what I've been doing to address my vagus nerve to stimulate it are different somatic movements and yin yoga stretches. I talked about yin yoga a little bit on my episode about my fitness routine and how I love yin yoga even more so than vinyasa flow yoga because in yin yoga, you're staying in these stretches for about 3 to 5 minutes each pose, each stretch. And it's really designed to help you release tension and fully receive the benefits of that stretch, allow that fluid to penetrate into the muscles and relieve any tension and trauma there. So, I've been looking up different somatic movements for vagus nerve resetting and yin yoga for vagus nerve on YouTube. And you know what I'll do? Actually, I'll compile all the videos I've been doing into a playlist and link them in the show notes so that way you can easily access them and you don't even have to search for them. And it's been helping. I really do think it is helping. It obviously is another thing to do in my day, some time I have to set aside specifically for my vagus nerve, but it's it's contributing to my overall health and wellness, right? And it's very important. I don't think we take enough time to stretch and to promote calmness and stillness in the body. And even though I do meditate, I I definitely need to focus on that vagus nerve as well in addition to my meditation because I think that that could be the key to really getting my nervous system to rest once and for all. Once and for all. We'll see. I'm a work in progress, you guys, as we all are. So, vagus nerve resetting combined with the acupuncture, I'm hoping will help that issue I'm having in my trap muscles because that definitely has a lot to do with mental. It's not only physical. Okay, so number 3, summer reading. So, reading is something I'm so on and off with, and my sister actually got me back into it. And now I'm fully back for the summer. I'm committed, I'm reading almost every day. And it's so important, you guys, because one, you learn so much when you read and sometimes it's not facts. Like if you're reading a story, made up story, I believe that's fiction, right? Sorry, I'm bad with the reading terminology, but I believe when it's a made up story, it's fiction. So even if you're reading something that's not true, a story, you're still learning because it's helping us with our vocabulary, right? You read these words that you necessarily don't use in your everyday vocabulary. And at least for me, I admit that I don't have the widest vocabulary. I That's probably something I need to work on. And some words are hard for me to pronounce as well. And I definitely have, a bit of a Jersey accent. So yeah, that's something I can work on. And reading helps with vocabulary. So I love it for that. I also just love learning things. And I love self help type of books because it's a constant check in and reminder to use different tools in the toolbox or learn about different tools that you can use to help better yourself, better your life and your mindset. And I'm just somebody that just constantly needs to be reading and digesting that kind of information in order to stay the course and stay on track and stay positive and keep moving forward. So, reading really helps me with that. So I recently read David Grutman's book. He's an entrepreneur here in Miami, a nightlife mogul, and his book is called Take It Personal. And this is a great book for entrepreneurs. He speaks a lot about business, a lot about maintaining good relationships throughout your personal life, your professional life. So I found a lot of what he had to say to be very interesting and inspiring because he's built a massive empire. He lives a beautiful life, has a beautiful family, and who wouldn't want that, right? To achieve such a high level of personal success as well as success in business. That's definitely my goal. So that was a great read. And then I also read Manifest by Roxy Nafousi. If I'm mispronouncing that, I so apologize. Like I just said before, I'm bad at pronouncing some words and stuff, but that was a great book. That taught me a lot about different manifesting techniques that I didn't necessarily know. And I feel like it helped me get clearer on my vision of what I actually want to achieve in the next year. So I really love that book. I'm going to be giving it to my sister so she can read it as well. And then currently, I'm rereading a book that I've read a long time ago that I'm going back to, and it's called The Book of Joy. It's by the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu, and they had a writer compile both of their thoughts on how to achieve joy basically. And I love this because so the Dalai Lama is obviously Buddhist and Desmond Tutu, he's kind of representing the Christian faith, I believe. And so it's they are these two such reputable, intelligent, and probably two of the kindest human beings. Unfortunately, Desmond Tutu has passed since writing this book, but was such a kind man. And they really bring their thoughts together in this book. So I'm rereading it because it's been a while and I want to be reminded on their teachings there. Whenever I don't know what to read, I always kind of go back to my library of Buddhist or spiritual books because I've read so many back in the day. I started reading books on Buddhism when I was about 11 years old. And it's just always a good reminder on how to be a good person, a good human, because sometimes we all forget, right? I'm not perfect. So sometimes I need those reminders. So that's why I went back to my little library of self help books and grabbed that one. And then after that, when I'm done with the Book of Joy, I'm going to be reading How to Love Better by Young Pueblo. He's one of my favorite authors. Again, it's in the self help, personal development category. And we can all, learn some lessons there on how to love better. And I am currently seeking love, manifesting love into my life. So I thought that would be a great book to add to that manifestation. So that way when the right man comes into my life, I'm fresh off of, reading this book. And then I also just purchased Mind Your Body by Nicole J. Sachs. This was recommended by Elizabeth. I believe her last name is Rodrigo now. She just more recently got married. She hosts the Wellness Process podcast. I'll link it in the show notes. I love her advice. I think she is has an incredible story and she speaks about this book and how much it's helped her diminish pain in her body. So I thought this would be a great addition to helping my high tense trap muscles as well. So I'm looking forward to getting there. And then after that, we'll see what I read, but I'll link all those books. I started a book edit on my Shop My for my summer reading, so I'll link that in case you want to check out any of the books that I just mentioned. And then on the topic of reading, this is some exciting news. I started up a Substack to go along with this podcast. I'll link it in the show notes. And I know I'm late to the party, but I just finally bit the bullet and was like, so many people are posting Substacks. I want to check this out because there is obviously a reason why it's gaining so much popularity. And oh my God, I immediately fell in love. I think because back in the day, I was so into blogs and reading blogs, and I even had my own blog. My first blog was called The Bedazzled Lifestyle, and it went along with a little jewelry line I was creating these beaded bracelets mainly. And that was so much fun. And I was blogging about things like kind of so ahead of the time. Like I was making a turmeric face mask before people even knew what turmeric was in the US, obviously. But anyway, I always loved blogging, but I never stayed consistent with it enough transparently to really grow my blogs into something. So now that I am on this path of commitment and personal growth and wanting to build a personal brand, I am going to do so through Substack because it's like a fresh take on a blog. And what's cool is that if you don't want to sit there and read the posts, they will speak it out loud for you, which is amazing because when I run out of podcasts to listen to for the week, I can just head to Substack and find some articles or dissertations, essays that interest me and have them read to me while I'm doing my dishes or laundry or working, editing, right? So I'm so in love with it. I need to learn more about the different features because I literally just created the account the other day. But so far, I'm having so much fun. So definitely go check out Substack, create a free account, and go follow some of your favorite creators because they're posting some really great advice on there, some daily tips. Elizabeth Rodrigo, who I just mentioned before, has a great Substack. I know she's posting a lot of different health and wellness tips on hers. And I'm going to be doing a mix of posting my outfits there and just different thoughts that come to mind throughout the day. And then also creating lists, kind of like to-do lists or summary lists of the podcast episodes, but in written form in case you want something more um, like visually like written instead of the podcast format. So for example, I did an episode about my skincare routine, both AM and PM. And then I just went on Substack and wrote it all out. So if you just want bullet points of my skincare routine, you can check out that article on Substack. So I'll link it in the show notes. Go check it out. Okay, number 5 is something that's trending in the fashion world, and I think it's so funny because it's something I've been doing forever that some of my friends and sister jokingly make fun of me for, and it's bare nails. I've been rocking bare nails forever, so I guess I'm ahead of this trend. Yeah, so fashion blogs and creators are reporting that bare nails are the trend. And listen, things, the pendulum always swings, right? Nails got super long and crazy in design, so it's only natural that now bare nails are in style, which whether they are or aren't, that's what I'd be rocking anyways. And it's simply because, well, a few reasons. One, I can't sit for a manicure. It's very boring to me and I don't enjoy it. And I don't care how nice the place is. There are some beautiful nail salons here in Miami. I recently found one to go to for a pedicure, which I hadn't been going for pedicures either, but my sister basically made me because my feet are so ugly. I have the ugliest feet. I'm not saying that for sympathy or like for you to say, no, you don't. Yes, I do. I have the ugliest feet, but it's okay. My face is pretty, but my feet are ugly. So, anyway, I will go for a pedicure once in a while to clean up those bad boys, but I just can't sit for a manicure. Number 2, something that bothers the living hell out of me is chipped nails and or outgrown nails. So basically, once the manicure or nail, tips or whatever people get these days, gels, doesn't look perfect anymore, that bothers me to no end. I don't know how you girls live like that. I mean, I know there's a lot of techniques out nowadays that allow or don't allow for the nails to really chip, but even just that little bit of outgrown part of the nail, ugh, it just bothers me. So I can't do it. I just can't have my nails done, a color on my nails, nothing. I like a bare, clean, cut short nail. I don't need my nails to add to the outfit. The outfit is the main event. I always wear nice accessories, a fantastic handbag. I love handbags. Jewelry. I wear a shit ton of jewelry. I wear so much fucking jewelry, but I love it. But I don't need a manicure to complete the recipe, right? So I'm a bare nail girl, and I don't think this is a trend that's honestly gonna make people that do get their nails done, like, not get them done, because most of the people I know do get their nails done and they swear by it and they go every 2 weeks and whatever. God bless you all. I don't know how you sit in that chair every 2 weeks and get your nails done, but God bless. It's just not a skill I have. I can't do it. But I have seen some people actually that were getting their nails done a lot, and I don't know them, just like on my Instagram, influencers and stuff that have now said they're stopping, not because of this trend, but because they're just so sick of sitting there and spending all the money on their nails. Which, listen, I don't save any money by not getting my nails done. I just spend it elsewhere. But I guess that is a pro. Okay, number 6, something that I've been doing after dinner that's really helping my digestion is drinking CCFT. So CCFT is a combination of coriander seed, cumin seed, and fennel seed. I make it myself. I have these seeds in my spice drawer, and I just add them to a non-toxic, natural tea bag. Gotta watch with tea bags. A lot of toxic tea bags out there, but these, I'm not sure what they're made from. Maybe like just plants or something, and completely non-toxic, unbleached, the whole thing. Add them to a tea bag and make this tea. I first learned about it in Roddy DeLuca's cookbook, um, Joyful, I believe the name of the cookbook is. I'm not sure. I'll link it in the show notes. Great cookbook, especially if you enjoy plant-based meals like myself. But she spoke about this tea and how in her culture they drink it after meals because it helps with digestion. And it certainly, I believe, is helping me with my digestion because I was kind of having a little bit of, I don't know, if inflammation going on or something was going on in my gut. And so I wanted to address it because I can relapse really badly when it comes to my gut if I don't take care of it immediately. So I remembered that she wrote about CCFT, so I started trying it and it's been great. It's really nice to have like something warm to drink after my meals and it's caffeine free, so it's just getting some nice benefits into my body, a nice slow down ritual. I need more of those and probably contributing to helping me reset that vagus nerve like I was talking about. So slowing down and healing. So if you're somebody that wants to work on your digestion, try the CCFT. And oh, another thing, my skin has been just like the clearest it's been. So this tea may also be contributing to that. I'm not sure, but I've been religious with this tea and religious with my celery juice every day, organic celery juice, and skin is skinning. So it's probably has something to do with this tea. Okay, number 7, setting a timer. So I recently just did a photo shoot with a local photographer named Sam. I've worked with her in the past, and her work is so good. It's so creative, so high end. So if you're in need of a fashion or beauty photographer in the Miami area, check her out. I'll link her Instagram in the show notes. But anyway, during the shoot, we were discussing our different tools that we have for self help and just staying on track with our work because we both have issues with kind of ADHD ish type tendencies. So we were sharing secrets back and forth. And this is something she mentioned to me that, I love learning from people. And I think this was great advice. So I started implementing it, and it's setting a timer 45 minutes on and then 15 minutes off. So this is especially good if you're a freelance worker or working from home, a method to stay focused and stay on top of your tasks. Or if you're none of those things, but just struggling with the upkeep of your home and cleaning, this is a great tool to have in your toolbox. So, for example, transparently, recently it's been very hard for me to stay on top of my home and like cleaning all the dishes and the laundry and, cooking all my meals from home and staying on top of just keeping my house as tidy and clean as I like it to be. So I've been using this method where I'll go into my kitchen, set the timer for 45 minutes and do everything, do the dishes, the laundry. My laundry machines are right in my kitchen. Wipe down the counters, clean Brooklyn's eating area, all the things. And then once the bell goes off, I'm like, "Oh wow, that felt so fast. I didn't feel like I was cleaning for 45 minutes." So it kind of like, I don't know, becomes like a game. Like you want to see how much you can do within that time. So it's really been helping me stay on top of the cleaning and organization of my home. So if you're struggling to stay on task or with time management, I would say try just setting a timer on your phone. And it doesn't have to be the 45 minutes. Like sometimes I'll do just 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It's been great for when I edit videos as well. So try this out. Let me know if it works for you. It's definitely working for me and been a great addition to the lists I make. So another thing I do is I'll make a list in my notes app or on my computer of tasks I need to get done. And that alone is where I realize that I'm overstressing myself trying to get too much done in a day. And that has probably contributed to a lot of this stress in my body, intense, this tightness feeling in my body. So I'll make the list and then I'll cut the list down to a point where I don't feel anxious looking at it. Like I would create these lists and just not even want to look at them because of how many things are on them. So I create it, I cut it down to a few tasks, and then I'm using my timer on top of that to get the task done. And then if I get everything done and I still have more time in the day and I feel good and I feel calm, then I'll add more tasks to the list. And that's like extra credit instead of feeling that tightness like, oh my God, I have so much to get done. So try the timer with a list works great. Now, it's been extremely, extremely hot in Miami, obviously. Duh, Brie, it's the summer. But I swear, every summer it feels hotter and more miserable than the last summer. Like, I can't wait to leave Miami for a little bit, to be honest, because it's way too hot. I can't walk Brooklyn a lot. I can't walk myself a lot and I need some relief from this heat. But in the heat, it's very important that we stay hydrated, both us humans and dogs. So, me and Brooklyn need to stay hydrated. And actually, I just took her to the vet, and the vet said she needs to drink more water. And Brooklyn is a pain in the butt. I try to get her to drink water, and she won't listen to me. Yes, you. She just popped up from the couch. And so I'm like force feeding her water, and of course, it's bottled water from a glass. Like, come on. But still, she won't drink enough. So the vet said, try giving her some coconut water. And actually, I do that, and I drink it myself because coconut water is naturally rich in electrolytes and especially potassium, and electrolytes essentially hydrate us, right? So there are a lot of electrolyte packets being sold on the market, and I'm sure some of them are great, but I try to do things naturally first if I can. So I love coconut water for that reason because it naturally has a ton of electrolytes. And so, yeah, that's my tip to you is that if you're not drinking coconut water, start putting it in your diet or put it in your diet more. I like to drink it a little bit every single day because we need to support our hydration, support our electrolytes, and we don't always need to get that from a packet. We can do it with the coconut water. Okay, for number 9, I want to share it's kind of like a mantra I've been telling myself every day to help propel myself into my next timeline, if you believe in like quantum shifts and really just like changing your life and creating the life of your dreams. I do. And so to help me get there, because so many times in the past, I feel like I've been there and taken steps back, but now I'm really like, no, I'm doing it. I'm propelling forward. I've been saying to myself, raise your vibration, change your life. And I say this like probably in my head a few times a day whenever I feel like maybe my mood is going to shift or my attitude towards someone is going to shift. I don't allow it because the higher you vibrate, the more positive you are, the more open you are, the more kind you are to our human siblings, right? We're all together here on this earth. The more good you will attract into your life and the more positive your thoughts will be. And as a result, you will become a magnet for everything you desire in your life. This is true, you guys. Negative energy and low vibrations don't result in a happy, healthy, and successful life. So we need to stay in that high vibration as hard as it is. And it is very hard for me. So that's why I say to myself, raise your vibration, change your life. It's like a quick tap on the brain, like a little reminder to stay the course, don't go backwards, only go forwards. And that's one of the tools they have of many tools in my toolbox that is helping me build literally and figuratively this life. And it is very easy for me to fall back because I feel like I've been waiting so long to get to the next chapter and to really achieve something of substance. But beautiful things take time to grow and manifest. And the universe also needs to know that you're ready. And when you're vibrating high and your thoughts are positive, that's when the things that you've been working so hard for will start to manifest. So use this mantra, raise your vibration, change your life. Even if it's like you see someone from a distance and you're like, "Ugh, I don't want to talk to that person." That's not the energy, that's not the vibration of someone that is gonna hit that next level. So tell yourself, okay, raise your vibration, change your life, and walk up there with a smile and say good morning and watch your beautiful life unfold. This is not woo woo. This will only have a trickle effect and help your life get better and better and better. Because sometimes we're not naturally happy, but when we tell ourselves, no, be happy, be positive, raise your vibration, and we do it, that feels better than the alternative. Raise your vibration, change your life. Another thing that helps us with raising our vibration is my last note, number 10, wearing bright and happy colors. So typically my wardrobe isn't filled with the brightest or most fun colors. And I should have worn something brighter today, although this shade of navy, dark navy, is very pretty. But I've been playing with my wardrobe more. If you listen to our episode on summer trends, I reported that bright colors, we're having a hot girl summer in. And the colors that I've been attracted to lately are bold yellows, like very bold, bright yellows, and lime green. Weirdly, I bought a lime green blouse and I love it, and red. I love wearing red. It makes me feel confident and fierce. And so I'm trying to do more of that and play more with my wardrobe and be funkier and more bold, because that energy is igniting like that happiness and that vibration that I'm seeking to maintain. So add some color to your life. Add some color to your life, to your wardrobe. Fun, happy colors. Surround yourselves with them a little bit, because that is going to contribute to that vibrational shift. Sometimes we need to see something to feel it. So for me, that's a fun lime green blouse or a pink polka dot dress. Something fun, something happy, something that when you look at it, it just screams happiness. And then when you wear it, you feel it. You feel that happiness and excitement that maybe you haven't felt in a while. So wear some more color, add some more color to your life, or maybe get some colorful throw pillows for your couch. Add something visible, something you can see to your environment, to your wardrobe, that will evoke happiness. So I could go on, but I'm going to stop here for today. And that leads me to my outfit of the day. I'm wearing a Dairy Boy Sport. I love this tracksuit. It's so cute and comfortable with Dairy Boy Sport. Paige Lorenz, the designer and owner of the brand, was really inspired by 90s athleticism and really manifested that in the Dairy Boy Sport line. So go check them out. And I want to close every episode with a positive affirmation. So today's affirmation is: everything is working out perfectly for my highest good. I'll say it again slowly. Let's all say it together. Everything is working out perfectly for my highest good. Everything is working out perfectly for my highest good. This episode is in support of Feed the Children nonprofit organization. It's a leading anti-hunger organization that I am a donor of. Please go check them out. Have a gorgeous day and a stylish life, and I'll see you next time.